Hi everyone. I'm glad to see that the streaming is working today. Um, we're just going to be waiting until 2 o'clock here in London to start the session. So make yourself comfortable already. You can do this session either seated or lying down. It's up to you. Preferably in a quiet space where you won't be disturbed for the whole hour. You can obviously stop the session anytime if it gets too long for you. And I'm going to explain a bit more about everything when everybody's here. So just relaxing now and just waiting to start. You can take a moment already to just get a really good sense of the comfort you're in right now. One more minute and then we will start. Okay, we're going to start now as it's 2 o'clock. So just some reminders from the past sessions. First of all, you may hear some interference noises on my end as I've got cats in the house, for example, and there's one right now that is going through a thorough wash. So you will probably be hearing him. And also the weather is quite windy, so you may hear some noise from outside my garden. Then think about your space also. So we're going to spend a few minutes to begin with to really connect with the space you're in so that you can get familiar, especially if you've not done this before, with the concept of meditating here online. Okay, so make sure that you are very comfortable right now because you're going to be doing this meditation for 1 hour. Also, you can have some water by your side and you can sip on that water at any time, and especially during the breaks between the different activities. Make sure you're fully comfortable. And a quick reminder also, when you're doing the activities with me, make sure at all times that these activities feel right to you and that they feel relaxing to you. Any activity that doesn't feel right, that does not connect with you, or that feels stressful to you, please sit aside and you can go back to the first activity we will do, which is a basic breathing exercise at any time. You can get back to that activity so that you can still be doing meditation, but you can just miss out on that particular meditation that we're doing at the time, if that makes sense. Also, another reminder at any time, if the live messaging works, I am not sure if it does. If it works, then you can leave me messages at any time. If I can review them as we're doing the session, then I will. Otherwise, it will be after the session, and then I can get back to you in the next session. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to do, any activity, meditation activity you'd like to see in these group sessions, you can always put it there for me. So, to begin, I'm going to ask you, and also one more thing to remind you is that this is a session where you're practicing meditation, but at the same time, I'm also sending Reiki healing. So at the same time, you're going to be receiving the healing. And so now to start, I'm going to ask you to think about something that you're grateful for that happened in your week. just in your mind, just for a couple of minutes, just to think about that and to really feel the feeling it felt, the good feeling it felt. So it's something good that happened in your week that really made your day, that really made you happy. And if it is the first time you're looking at doing this, don't worry. It can be difficult at first to find out what it is that made you happy in your week. But just trying to think about the positive is already a really good exercise. So, a gratitude and then also an intent for your healing. So, thinking about something that you'd like the healing to help you with. It can help you at any level. It can help you for your body health, for your mental health. It can help you in your life, in your relationships, at work, to help bring harmony, to help bring positivity, to help remove negativity as well. So, just think about all these things. And now, just for a couple of minutes, taking a deep breath to begin and focusing inwards and giving some time in your mind for gratitude and for your intent for the healing. Okay, if you would like now to take a deep breath to finish on that focus. And then now we're going to start with the breathing exercise that we normally do. But before we start, at the beginning of this, I'm going to ask you to first focus in your environment. So meditations can be practiced either with eyes shut or slightly open, very relaxed. So it's up to you to decide how you prefer to do this. And so when you're ready, if you would like to take a deep breath in and out, and then either close your eyes or relax your gaze. And to begin with, we are going to do a bit of mindfulness about the space you are in, just so that you can become familiar, if you haven't yet, with your environment and the stimulations you might encounter during the session. So, just for a moment now, focusing on the sounds that you can hear, on the smells, on the possible distractions that you may encounter, and on how it feels to be in a space where you are right now. Just relaxing and starting to settle into the session and noticing what your senses are picking up from your environment right now. When you have taken the time to really absorb the space you are in, and noticing also how your body feels, where it is now, and in a position it is now, then you can start to switch off every thought in your mind and you can start focusing on your breath. This is our very first activity and one of the basic foundation activities for meditation. And so, little by little, you can stop thinking about everything that is going on in your head right now. And you can bring your mind to your breath. Focusing on your breath is about noticing the sensations of your breath, observing your breath as if you had never seen it before, really bringing your whole attention to it so that you don't have any space for any other thought as much as possible. You don't need to change your breath in any way, just letting it flow naturally the way that is intended to right now, in this moment. Little by little, letting go of every other thought and noticing this beautiful flow of air going in and out on an inhale and on an exhale. Now, as you are relaxing more and more already, you can notice tension melting away from your body. Your mind might express a sigh of relief, and little by little, you can continue letting go of every other thought and simply focus on your breath. If you notice at any time that some thoughts are coming to your mind that have nothing to do with your breath, as soon as you notice, just ever so gently bring your mind back to your breath. It happens all the time, it is completely fine. What's important is the gentleness and the softness with which you allow yourself to know that it's okay to have other thoughts, and then to bring your mind back to your breath. No tension, no stress, and no pressure here. Enjoying this peaceful time with your breath is what matters. And relaxing deeper and deeper. Letting go slowly of every tension in your body and your mind, as you can feel the soothing rhythm of your breath with the air gently going in and out. Zooming in on your breath as if you were looking at it for the very first time through a microscope, noticing every detail of it, noticing and using your senses to notice every sensation it brings to you. As the air goes in through your nose, you might find that you feel the air going in through your nose, passing at the back of your throat, going down through your windpipes and into your lungs, and then back out ever so softly and gently. You might even notice a difference of temperature as the air goes in. It might be cooler than when it comes out. You may also feel your body expanding on an inhale and retracting on an exhale. Maybe you can feel parts of your body moving with that slow rhythm. You can spend one more moment here in this calm and peaceful space. And then when you're ready, I will ask you to take a deep breath in and out, bringing your mind back to your space where you are and opening your eyes again. Taking a minute to come back to your space before we start the next activity. Okay, so for the next activity, we are going to be using the sunshine's energy to heal us. Some of you have already done this with me, so you'll be quite familiar with it. Again, remember to make sure you feel comfortable the whole time of the session. If at any time you find that this activity becomes a challenge, then you can go back to the basic breathing exercise that we did just now. So, to begin, if you would like to take a deep breath in and out, and then closing your eyes or relaxing your gaze. And then when you're ready, we're going to start by walking on a path of healing light. You could see this path of any color, but I would like to suggest to imagine it as golden yellow light to align with the color of the sun. And once you have got that path in your mind, or once you are in the knowledge that you are walking on that path, because not everybody can always see images in their minds, and that's fine, then you can start walking on that path. It feels so comfortable walking on that path. And you can see that it is leading you to the sun. Right at the end there of that path, there is a big, booming, glowing sun waiting for you. And so, as you are walking on that path, little by little already, you can start to feel stress, tension, pain, burden, anything that you no longer want or need, starting to melt away from you and landing on that path and disappearing to never come back to you. And so you walk so comfortably on that path towards the sun. You don't need to rush. You can take your time. And you can let this healing light from the path already start to take everything from you that you no longer want or need. Especially thinking about the burdens that we carry on our shoulders that we really don't need to carry. You can let go on this path of all of your friends' problems, all of your family's problems. Yes, there may be problems for you too, but you do not need to carry the burden of them on your shoulders. Problems need solutions, and it can be stressful getting to the solution, but you do not need to carry the weight of that burden, of that problem. And so you can let go of absolutely everything that you carry on your shoulders right now. Anything weighing you down, anything stressing you, any past experiences that you no longer want to connect with. Any stress about your current situation, any physical pain, any physical illness. You can let go of all of it and let the path take it for you. You can allow for that healing to come through. And as you're keeping on walking on this path of healing light, you're starting to feel lighter and lighter now. An uplift is happening because you are letting go of everything that is weighing you down. Your heart is starting to glow more and more. You may start to hold yourself straighter as you're walking on that path, because all of a sudden your shoulders are so much lighter. And you are getting nearer and nearer to the sun as you're keeping on walking on that path. And in a few moments, you will be standing right in front of it. As weird as it sounds, that sun, you are actually going to be able to stand just in front of it in a minute. It is right there, hanging really low. And as you're getting closer to it now, you can start to feel its warmth radiating to you. Any moment now, you will be standing right in front of it. And so you can stop walking and you can stand there and start feeling the beautiful energy coming from it. Using your senses, you can observe it. Look at its details. Look at the energy shifting inside of it. The energy on that sun is not static, it moves, it shifts, it dances. It is so beautiful. And now you can start to see that energy coming from the sun and going to you, to your body first, and into your whole system, body, mind, and spirit. healing everything that needs healing, helping you to cleanse and to continue to let go of what you have not finished letting go of on the path if there is still anything remaining. Energizing you also, bringing positive energy to your whole system, allowing you to relax and also to feel more dynamic inside. You can touch the energy from the sun in front of you. You can touch it with your hand and you can grab it and you can bring it to yourself. And you can deposit it like little balls of fire or little balls of healing light anywhere on your system. You can put it down on a thought, you can put it down on a part of your body, anywhere. You can decide also on what it brings to you. It is not limited to what I mentioned. It can bring to you anything that you feel you need right now. Your whole system is now getting so relaxed, so calm inside. And the beauty of this light entering you feels so lively, so energizing, so warm also maybe. But if you are currently feeling hot, it could also feel cool to you. Whatever you need. You can spend one more moment right there with that sun. And then when you are ready, little by little, no rush, you can bring your mind back to your room. Take a deep breath to finish and open your eyes again. Just taking your time, slowly by slowly coming back to the now. Before we move on to the next activity, you can take some deep breaths, you can stretch, have a sip of water, anything you need. And now, starting to think about the next activity, we are going to do the mudra from last week. It's called Vaikhara Mudra. It is amazing for many reasons. I don't know how you felt about doing it last week, but it is highly energizing, it is comforting, it rebalances emotions. You feel more, it helps to feel more safe. Um, and it helps to clear negative energy for those of you that are familiar with energy work. It's amazing for this too. So I'm going to show you now how to do it. I hope you're ready. So mudras are hand positions. We hold these hand positions for some time. Here in these sessions, we meditate with those hand positions. Some people do yoga and do mudras. Other people will use breath work at the same time as the mudras to amplify the work of the mudras. But basically, on our hands, we have got many acupuncture points, many energy points that are really important. So when we are holding our fingers in certain ways, then it helps to stimulate these points and it creates a specific effect on us, on our system, on the body, on the mind. So for this one, we did it last week. So those of you who've already done it, it's the same one. The ring finger here. Basically, we are putting our thumbs into our fists, wrapping every finger around our thumbs. But it's not just that our thumb is resting in the middle like this. Our thumb is actually going to be resting in, how can I show this well? In the middle portion of your ring finger, right there. So as you're making a fist, your thumb is actually touching that bit there and you're wrapping your fingers around it. So you're touching the middle bit here and wrapping your fingers, all of your fingers around it. I'm going to show this again. Where you've got your finger there, your ring finger there, that middle portion there between the two knuckles, your thumb needs to rest on it here. And then wrapping every finger around it. So again, resting your thumb on the other side as well, in the middle bit of your ring finger, and wrapping all your fingers around it. Then once you have your fists, putting your right fist into your left shoulder deep there, and then the left one on top. Putting the right one first and then the left one. And now we're going to spend 10 minutes staying just like this, holding our arms up like this, and just relaxing. And so you can take a deep breath now to begin, and then closing your eyes or relaxing your gaze. And for now, just focusing inwards, just relaxing again. And for now, as you are relaxing there, you can start to notice if there is any sensation you may feel now because of holding your position like this, because of holding this mudra, the Vaikhara Mudra. You may feel any kind of sensation. You might start to feel warmer or cooler. You may find that in your hands there's some energetic activity, like some tingling, fizzing, pulsing even. Or you may find that you're not feeling anything, and that's okay too. Just know that you are benefiting from this mudra and that you are doing a lot of goodness for yourself here and now. Energizing yourself, calming emotions down and rebalancing them, clearing out negative energy on your whole system, helping yourself to feel more comfortable and safer. Try and hold this mudra for as long as you can. If at any time you notice that it's getting uncomfortable or too much of a strain, you can release it and you can shake your arms about. And then, if you want, you can try and hold the mudra again, or you can bring your hands back down on your lap. And feeling more and more relaxed as you are holding your fingers in this position. You might find that your mind is feeling clearer and calmer. Maybe your stomach is settling. Maybe your heart is starting to feel lighter. Just keeping on relaxing and focusing on all the sensations that you may actually feel in your whole body by now. You might notice also sometimes any aches or pains, and that's normal too. It is part of the healing process. When we are rebalancing energies like this, sometimes as negativity, or rather negative energy, clears out, it might give you a twitch of pain here and there. And that is completely fine. It just means that stuff is healing. Try to keep relaxed in this posture, even though you're holding your hands and arms in an awkward way, or a way that may feel awkward to you. Do not let yourself be in pain. So if this creates pain, at any time you can relax your arms down. Are you noticing any difference now within your system since you started holding this mudra? Maybe you are feeling tired or feeling relaxed. Maybe you are seeing things in your mind, images coming to you, colors coming to you. That's all part of it too. You can spend one more moment here, enjoying this position, enjoying this mudra. And then when you're ready, you can take a deep breath to finish. Bring your mind back to the space where you are and opening your eyes again. Bringing your arms down, relaxing your hands. You can move about your arms, your hands, your wrists, your fingers until you feel comfortable. Now, for the next activity, we're going to be playing around with butterflies. So, there's something that those of you that receive my tarot reading will have already read, but I'm just going to mention it again here. With the current situation that we are in with isolation, people are describing this as if we were in a cocoon phase, as if we were caterpillars. Now we are in a cocoon phase and we are moving on to becoming butterflies. And as beautiful as that image is, I actually disagree with this because actually it's not, we are inside more. Although we can go to a garden if we have a garden, or go out for an hour, in at least in the UK, go out for an hour for exercising or walking in the park. But to me, it is not a cocoon phase because we are actually still active in our houses, and we are still moving forward with our life and with how we're evolving through physical, mental, and spiritual development. So to me, it's actually not a cocoon phase. I think we already are butterflies, and we have been butterflies, and we're just shifting our environment and we are trying to adapt. But actually, being in a cocoon phase would mean that we are actually immobile, but we are not. And even though a cocoon phase is an important phase in life and it will come often, I really do believe that actually it's important to think that we're still progressing through our days in our life right now, and we are still being active. That is really important for me. I feel that we are really active at the moment still, even though our environment has changed. So it's really important to keep on moving physically and mentally. So it is important to continue evolving through this crisis. And it is really important to still look after ourselves and to still look at what it is that we need and how to move forward with those needs, even though we may have to make adjustments to fit in with the new environment, if that makes sense. But that's up to anyone to decide whether they prefer to be in a cocoon phase or a butterfly phase. But that's my point of view on this. So, for this meditation, again, if you don't feel comfortable at any time, you can always go back to your to the breathing exercise that we did at the beginning of the session. And also, if there is a part of this meditation that you feel you connect with stronger than other parts, You can always go back to that part if the other parts are not feeling right for you, because we're going to do it in several stages. And no matter what, have a good time. Really take this time to enjoy yourself. Okay, so if you'd like to take a deep breath to begin, and then closing your eyes or relaxing your gaze. And just a moment there, after all the talking I have just done, connecting with yourself, within yourself. Now, connecting with you and switching off everything else right now. And then in your mind, trying to imagine a place like a meadow, a field with a lot of flowers, a glorious sun above you that is keeping on healing you, feeling warm and comfortable, grass everywhere, flowers everywhere, trees. It is a beautiful, warm day of spring, late spring. You can use your senses to absorb the beauty of this place. Just taking in the smells, the view, how it feels on your skin. Is there a breeze there? A gentle breeze caressing you softly and relaxing you? Can you feel the sun rays on your skin, the warmth of it? This is your space right now. You can do whatever you want there. You can dance, you can run, you can walk, you can lie down, you can sit down. Know this though, you are so comfortable there. It feels at home, it feels safe, it feels gentle and kind. It looks beautiful. It's nature, it's the beauty of the earth. If you are wearing shoes, you can take your shoes off and walk on that grass barefoot. Just make sure you only do what feels comfortable to you. You can decide to pass your hands on the grass. The grass can be low or it can be high and tall. You can smell the flowers. You can touch the flowers' petals and noticing their softness and their beauty. And then something quite soft and light just passes by your side, almost bumping into you. It's a butterfly, a beautiful butterfly with the most magical colors on its wings and body. And then there is another one. And then 3 and 4. A small group of butterflies dancing above you and around you. As you are observing them there, you cannot help but think of how beautiful their colors are. And they can be of any color you want. Any size and any shape. And as they keep on twirling around you, floating by, fluttering their wings, you're starting to connect with how light they are. And you're starting to feel as light as they are. You may feel like dancing with them now. Their softness, their gentleness, the ease with which they are moving through the air. You are now connecting with all these sensations. Your whole system is starting to feel uplifted and joyful. They come so close to you that you could touch them. In fact, one of them might just land on your hand. And you can observe its beauty from really close. The details on its wings, the lightness of its weight, the beauty of that animal, of that butterfly. You are starting to feel such an uplift. You may actually decide to fly with them. It is your session. You can do this if you'd like. You can decide to just jump up into the air and fly with them, feeling how light it feels to be picked up into the air. Your whole body just floating ever so easily and ever so gently through the air. Remember, only do this if it feels comfortable to you. Experiencing the sensation of the air on your face and on your body as you're flying through it, dancing with the other butterflies. Feeling such an uplift of joy in your heart. enjoying the sun glowing above you. And maybe going to visit some flowers, enjoying their beauty and their smell. And then coming back down to the ground, connecting with the earth again, ever so softly and gently. Knowing that we are going to return back now. And knowing you can always go back to that middle anytime you want. And knowing that the joy you may have felt is still with you now and will stay with you now. And then when you're ready, you can bring your mind back to your room. Take a deep breath to finish this, keeping your eyes shut if you would like, and moving on to the last part, which is our unconditional love meditation, for which we do rub our hands. So starting to rub your hands gently and then quicker and quicker until you create enough friction. And then when you're ready, you can apply your hands on your chest, the middle of your chest where your heart chakra resides. And then if your eyes were open, you can now close them or relax them, and then taking a deep breath to begin. You can start bringing your attention to the sensations in your hands. Most likely, you will feel fizzing or pulsing of energy, tingling, heat, or maybe even cold. All these sensations. Or you might not feel anything, and that's okay too. Again, even though that you may not feel anything, things are happening. This is a deeply healing posture. And with the rubbing of the hands, it really amplifies the healing. And right now, the energy is seeping through from your hands and going into your heart chakra, which is the little pot of energy we have there just underneath our hands in the middle of our chest. It is the heart, again, where unconditional love resides in us. So right now, you're healing yourself with the love energy. I'm so noticing any sensation in your hands and maybe in your chest now also. Maybe even in your heart chakra, you may feel something. And as you keep on holding your hands in this position, little by little, this energy is spreading across your whole body and even your mind. Now I am going to ask you to imagine this energy radiating through across your whole being, your body, your mind, and now outside to everyone in the world. Just for a moment. Just as if you had a sun in between your hands and its rays were going through you and outside of you to everyone in the world. You can visualize this and actually see the image of this happening, or you can simply just tell yourself that this is what's happening and just know that that's what's happening. And then when you're ready, you can relax your hands back down onto your lap, take a deep breath to finish, bring your mind back into your room, and open your eyes again. And now just taking a moment, connecting again with the reality, grounding yourself again with all this work we've just done. If you feel a bit lightheaded, just take a moment here to rest. Drink some water and start to think about your day and what you're going to be doing for the rest of your day. Bringing your mind back into the reality slowly. Well, thank you for attending this session. I really hope that you benefited from it. Please do give me any feedback that you wish to share. If there's any activity that we haven't done in a long time that you're missing and you'd like to do, please also do let me know. And also, if you could help me out, that would be great if you could like the video and then subscribe to this channel, but only if you feel aligned with this. Okay, I'll see you next week on Wednesday again, 2 o'clock till 3 o'clock London time. Bye.